The time right now is 8:50. The NYPD launched its Summer Violent Zone initiative earlier this month, and it's already having a positive impact. Take a look.
We had a very safe weekend in terms of shooting violence. This was the best Memorial Day weekend we had with shooting violence in the history of our Comstat era. This is a direct result of our Summer Violent Zones that we instituted on May 5th. It's 70 violent zones in 57 precincts. And just since we started, we have a 57% reduction in shootings. And as you can see this weekend, what I spoke about, the lowest number of shootings in a Memorial Day weekend. It was so good that on a Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, we had no homicides.
Preventing the violence is just as important as responding to it. And that's what our next guest, that's when they come in here. They're on the front lines and in the community, and they're launching their Safe Summer 2025 campaign today on the steps of City Hall. Joining us this Thursday morning, we have Kay Bain. He is the founder of the Community Capacity Development Group, and he's joined by a Youth Human Justice Ambassador, Kalia Karan Bain. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Welcome, welcome. So obviously these summer zones, they've been showing some positive signs, but you guys are looking to beef up efforts, do more with this Safe Summer 2025 initiative.
Yes.
What's being done to essentially boost the efforts that have already been put in place?
Yeah, Safe Summer 25 is a all New York City hands-on deck call to action. We're in all 5 boroughs. This is our 5th annual Safe Summer. So while we saw the quality of life policing that's happening having a positive effect, I don't think any of this is possible without community-led, people-powered public safety initiatives.
Yeah, and you started here, but now you've expanded.
Absolutely.
Right? It's not just New York anymore?
Yeah, we got 30 plus cities, 200 partners nationally involved in Safe Summer.
Yeah, how did you manage to do that? That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think so. We're growing. I think people are really tuned into the 3 guiding principles of Safe Summer, which revolves around strategic planning, cross-collaboration, and community engagement. We find that when the community steps up to take charge in these summer months, that the data shows the impact is undeniable.
Yeah. And Kalia, it's obviously great to see you. You were literally born into social justice. This is your dad, Kay Bain, Kalia Bain. And now you're a youth ambassador. Why do you think it's so important for the community, the youth, to see you as a representation?
Well, I think one thing to know is that we use the term human justice as opposed to these other forms of justice just because our work is very human-centered. There's no nuance that lies in the concept of human. So that means anyone human can come to the front. Anyone human should be here, should be there at 12 o'clock today at City Hall. Anyone human. I want to stress that. But I think, you know, growing up around this, seeing community advocacy like as in my household and then just everywhere has been, you know, just to mobilize the community. I think I've been working on the Safe Summer coordination. So just it's been powerful, yeah.
How do you find is the best way to reach the young people in our communities?
So I think that's why me being here is so dope, just because my direct access to college, to, you know, the university spaces, I think it's important for youth to be at the center, just because, you know, we're not going to be here forever, and it's important that we have someone to pass the torch to, so I hope to be that. Yeah.
For the youth, what are you hearing is the biggest issue and concern for them?
I think, you know, history repeats itself in a lot of ways, and I think a lot of the challenges that we're facing aren't new challenges, and a lot of the solutions that we're developing are finally, you know, making change, making waves. I know one of my mentors often says that if the solutions that were put in place 50 years ago, 100 years ago would have worked, they would have worked already. And so, you know, now we're finally seeing, you know, a lot of progress with the newer solutions we're putting in place,
You know, what's interesting is that there's sometimes a divide between young people, just people in our communities in general, and their relationship with the police. But you work with the NYPD, do you not, your organization? And how much has that helped?
You know, I think we have a common goal. I think public safety is the goal. I think that NYPD has a very important role and part to play in public safety. I think what's different about our human justice approach and this specific asset of Safe Summer is it focuses on the people's role in taking back community. And I think NYPD, if they're paying attention, would applaud this. And we do get information. We do get CompStat data. We do get information from NYPD. We just have a different lane. The end result is the same: safe summers for children, to places for children to learn and grow, etc. But I think it's important to mention that this is about youth leadership. This is about community taking back their spaces in the summertime.
Absolutely. You mentioned all humans can get involved. All humans should absolutely participate. You brought together some notable humans, Joe Biden being one of them, also Cardi B.
Yes.
Any other special guests
Oh,
that could pop up this summer?
we got some very special athletes, celebrities. I
Very
think
nice.
the point here is everyone has a part to
Yeah.
play, a role to play in our public safety. So stay tuned. Check us out at ccdworldwide.org and learn about some of the special guest celebrities and friends that will be popping in throughout the summer.
Great work that you're doing. Congratulations to you on your continued schooling at Howard University. We're very proud of you.
Fantastic
Kate
work.
Bain and Kalia, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much.